This is Leaf Life. All things cannabis for all people. Now, Ricker and the Bearded Lorax.
We publish a free magazine called The Leaf, and it's available in print in 14 states at your local cannabis retailer. That's where you pick it up. But you can also get it online at leafmagazines.com. Check it out. I'm Mike Ricker. I'm your host of Leaf Life with my co-host and partner, Wes Abney, also known as the Bearded Lorax.
I speak for the trees.
And there's AJOG.
Hola, aloha OGs.
And Mary J. White.
Baked with love.
Welcome to the second half of this Leaf Life show called Movies and Cannabis, V3. In just a moment, we'll get into the Pineapple Express effect and where stoner movies are on the priority list of Hollywood. And we'll spin AJ's wheel to see what products Charles Mudidi, who's a senior staff writer and film critic for the legendary Stranger, Seattle's only remaining newspaper. This show's Greg the Guinea Pig is going to be trying next. But first it's time for Not For Nothing.
Well, not for nothing. I couldn't help but thinking. Not for nothing.
Hi, Mary J. White.
Hello.
This has nothing to do with cannabis.
Absolutely nothing. You know what it has to do with?
Whoa.
Big, sexy birds.
Wow, big bird, baby.
Raptors, sweetie. You know I love me some raptors. However, turns out that having falcons, which is a smaller raptor, breeding them can be tricky. I know you didn't know this, but apparently falcons need a little, encouragement. So there are falcon breeders. There are people who, breed them for whatever sport. When they want to, make baby falcons, they have to wear special falcon sex hats.
No way.
Sex fucking hats.
So wait, so like a falconer will put a hat on to blind. Does it blind them? Or they can see still.
No, I'll show you this picture.
Why do they put the helmet on them?
Oh, that's so the bird. You mean on the bird?
When
that's not for sex. That's just
I know
to keep the bird's eyes covered, just like a horse.
Got it.
So it doesn't.
So it doesn't blind them. It just it cuts out their periphery.
Hang on.
This has nothing to do with that.
Let me start
either,
over.
Ricker.
Not for nothing.
Okay, we're talking about the little hoods that
the hood.
raptors have to wear.
It keeps them calm.
Keeps them calm. Okay.
And then when the hood comes off, they're ready to fly.
Well,
Because that's not what she's talking about.
I know she's not. I'm asking a question.
He's not mad.
Okay, so you guys.
Seen the Bearded Lorax mad.
I have.
Rawr.
Yeah.
So scary. No, I'm going to say this again. The falcon breeders wear a hat. And I'll show you this picture. It's like a goddamn... Yeah, the humans wear a thing on their head to encourage the falcon to come fuck the hat.
Yeah.
So the falcons get down on the hat.
Get used to the head thing.
Got it.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
It got way kinkier than I thought.
So the fucking birds are on your hat, okay?
Yeah.
And they're humping the hat.
No shit.
How birds do. I don't know how they do. Not very much, but
Do
a
they use
little.
their wings a little?
Yeah, and then some person, apparently the breeder, has to collect the falcon spooge and I guess put it in a lady falcon. I don't know, but they wear hats, people. God damn it. Look at this hat. Hat.
Google it.
So the female wears the hat?
No, god damn it.
The breeder.
The breeder
one
wears the hat.
One more time, Mary. A human breeder assistant comes in wearing a hat, allowing the bird to mate on top of the hat.
Oh, this is another.
I'm quite certain that's what she explained.
This is another kind of give me some head, right?
Yeah, yes, it's a lot kinkier than I thought. See,
That's weird.
I think Ricker thought it was blind bird sex.
Well, no. It was just, I didn't explain it clearly in the beginning, but now you all know about falcon sex hats.
Oh,
Thanks,
my
Mary.
You're welcome.
goodness. Oh, my goodness.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And a little, zoophilia going on there, by the way.
Well,
I don't know how that's legal.
Well, the breeders don't reciprocate. The breeders don't get with the falcons.
But
Jesus
still,
God.
Tell that to the people in Enumclaw.
Oh, Lord.
Let's not get into that.
Oh, Lord.
I made a film about that, so I'm going to bring it up.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
A documentary or the first-hand
I'm the writer
film?
of that zoo.
Oh.
A lot of people don't know. And my movie went to Cannes Film Festival.
Damn.
All right,
And
let's
I
spin
still-
AJ's wheel and see what AJ's going to be smoking. We'll come back and talk about stoner movies. Go ahead and spin it.
For winners.
God damn.
That's not a stoner movie.
Well, you say falcon in a hat, you think, okay, the hood, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And I tried to talk about the hat, but
I know.
these people are
I hear you.
they're out of control.
Yeah.
Wow. It's all just so wow. Okay, so we got an awesome honey banana strain. Oh my gosh. 22K solventless vape cart.
Ooh,
I'm
pretty.
excited for some honey bananas in my mouth right now.
It's a great strain. Wake up.
California. Bomb. Oh, wow. Yes. The terpene profile on this is extraordinary, you guys. It's sweet, but like tangy, tropic. Bomb. Thank you. Thank you,
Cool.
22K.
Honey
Get
banana.
out there and check them out, y'all.
Yum.
22K in California. All right, the next Pineapple Express. Before we get to that, Charles, let's talk about your film. Now, Enumclaw is a suburb of Washington, and I watched the documentary.
Did you like it?
It was very intriguing.
It's stoner
I can't
film.
say I liked it, okay, but
That'd be a little weird.
There
Well, you
was-
got to introduce what it's about.
there's a farm out there. There was a farm out there where a guy had horses, and it was a kink.
Yeah.
And people would come all over the country to have sex with the horses. Highly illegal.
Very illegal.
And sometimes the horse would have sex with the human. And a man died. And it became big fodder.
Whoa.
And everyone from Enumclaw hated that one guy because that's what the town is known for
Yep.
now.
100%. It's here in
Great.
Washington State. What's the name of that picture?
It's called Zoo.
Zoo.
But I made that a while ago. I have a new
That
film.
was like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, I made that in 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a film that just came out in 2020 last year
Okay.
called Thin Skin.
Yeah.
And that one is not about horses, but a jazz musician. And
Thankfully, if you went back for the second helping of horses,
Yeah.
but I made the money I made from horse sex far surpasses the money I've made from showing a really well meaning
Yeah.
Wow.
outstanding a guy, jazz musician, artist.
Zoo
living
was
in
more
Seattle.
gratuitous.
Yeah.
Well, I was interested in how I was really interested in how the city reacted to that crime, right? Because everybody was sort of surprised, like, what, you can have sex with an animal in this state? And you said, yeah, you
No.
could. It was legal.
Really?
Whoa.
It was?
That was It was not illegal until after the death of the guy, the Boeing employee. Yeah, I think that's
it's
what.
all tied into Boeing.
There you go. Yep. I
Was
see
he a
it now.
whistleblower?
The
That's
conspiracy goes deeper. Wow.
I don't think it was a whistleblower.
It went too deep, AJ.
Yes. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Humans, brah.
Yes,
The jokes
Boeing's decline started around that time.
write
We have no
themselves.
limits.
So
So
but
I have a question.
Yeah.
So people like weird,
Yeah.
obviously,
Yes.
both in real life and in movies,
Yeah.
and in art.
Yeah.
Because weird it's like the thing that's on the edge of the periphery.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Weed was weird.
Yes.
In that era, that
yeah,
golden
yeah,
era
yeah.
of stoner films, weed was still not normal.
Yeah.
So it was like weird and edgy, and people
Yeah, yeah.
acted weird, and they lost their car.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
do you
Dude,
think
where's my
that's
car?
lost now that weed is normal?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing weed, like I saw it in Tulsa King.
Yeah.
A dispensary was part of that plot line
Mhm.
for that show.
Yeah.
The Gentleman came out recently. The series,
Mhm.
Yeah.
weed's a central part of it, but it's not weird anymore.
Yeah, it's like,
nuts.
oh, weed. Yeah,
Yes.
okay, cool.
So is it too late to make a stoner film, or are they going to change into more art films, real life films, instead of it just being the stoner comedy?
I watched American Fiction, which got an Academy Award and all this stuff. And in that film, it's about a writer, and what they do is basically drink a lot of red wine, right?
Mhm.
And so,
Haven't seen
and so I think that you're gonna start to see something similar develop with pot, where it's going to be more of like no longer like this thing, right? Where it's going to be integrated into a character or into
Normalized.
a social situation. Yeah, we're not. I think we might have passed that moment when we could have right?
A whole film just on weed.
Yeah. Looking for Castle Rock and, and you know what I mean? And
White Castle.
White Castle, sorry.
Yeah, it's
Castle
okay.
Rock.
Harold and Kumar.
Or Pineapple
Pineapple
Express.
Yeah, and and Friday. You know what I mean? That whole period might be just like, yes, that
was a moment.
Yeah, but now it's available and it's integrated into our lives, right? Like nobody hides it. Nobody, you know what I mean?
And it's not for just hippies anymore. And it doesn't make you dumb. People use it as medicine and it actually improves their lives and makes them happier. And they're not bumbling around, bumping into shit and, telling cops that the license plate is on the back of the car.
Yeah.
Or your license and registration is on the back of the car, man.
And we might be even entering a situation where, alcohol is actually more demonized than actually pot. I mean, you know what I mean? We actually, that's possible.
Things are transitioning. It's starting to normalize.
But we glorify alcohol.
We glorify it when there's no tomorrow because we're still because they're the big companies, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we still, there's nothing comparable.
Drink a shot. Hey, celebrate with a shot.
Or like cigarettes.
There's nothing comparable
movies.
to a Bud, to Budweiser or to a Miller.
To a nice fat bud of Durban.
Yeah, but we're getting there. But I love how it's been normalized, and I love smelling it in the air at night my neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it makes it's a great cement for a community. You know what I mean? And it's not a great metaphor for smoke, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the cinema right now is in transition. And I'm actually more optimistic about it because it takes a while for people to get into, like, you know what I mean? How do we integrate it? But right now, it's easy to integrate alcohol.
You think that Hollywood would want to capitalize on this movement that's happening with cannabis and present cannabis in a positive light in some of their films?
Yeah.
Right? Instead of a negative light, and do something fucking different.
That would be new.
Yeah.
You did, and you mentioned that it was like independent films specifically in the past that have brought us our cannabis related films. Well, I think it's because like the industry definitely has a bias, right? Like as far as Hollywood, and there's actual legalities that can't be crossed. Because I was working on set with MTV when I had to take my smoke break as a patient, literally to deal with my anxiety. And when I did that, they tried to shut the whole set down and told me they could take the show off air because I brought cannabis on set. Technically, my home was the set. It was it was a reality situation. And so I had to show them my cannabis script and explain to them hey, I've got some rights here in Washington State.
Prescription.
It was this whole thing. It was really interesting, but the production industry Hollywood wasn't ready for that yet. It was technically illegal, So I think, is it still in that standing? Does anyone?
Well, I don't think we've gone far enough in liberating cannabis. I think we still got a long way to go, and we shouldn't rest on our laurels. I mean, I really, I still think that it should be that we need it to be as accessible as a bottle of whiskey.
And we need to see more pop culture representing cannabis in a positive light.
Yes.
All right, Charles, now it's time for you to play Common Lauraxigents.
How much do you actually know about the most mysterious mossback ever to scratch his chin quaff on an elk antler? This is Common Lauraxigents.
There you go, Charles.
All right.
We're going to find out your real intuitive knowledge about the Pacific Northwest right now. How long you been here? How long you been living in the PNW?
Since 1991.
Okay, so you've been here over 30 years.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
Oh, yeah.
To move here.
That's when I came here,
You know what Sasquatch is, right?
Absolutely.
Are you familiar with the mystical bearded Lorax?
I have heard about this.
Fair. Okay, it's out there.
Hey.
Very smelly.
Yeah.
Very hairy.
So hairy.
But much is yet to be learned about the mystifying species of bearded lorax. However, here's what we do know. Charles, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. If a human being's sixth sense is intuition, or technically called proprioception.
Oh, that's a great word.
What is the bearded lorax's sixth sense?
Oh, wow. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Probably something related to food.
I would think. Yeah.
Or
Now you stumped me on that one.
Well, that's wrong.
Okay.
Sorry. The answer is insiocleption. It has been theorized that the bearded Lorax was dumped here by aliens from another galaxy who had begun suffering from hairball fatigue. So like E.T., the bearded Lorax's sixth sense is the ability to summon a spaceship to retrieve him by holding up his glowing middle finger. Sadly, all of these calls to date have been sent directly to voicemail. Yeah. Insiocleption. All right, number 2, Charles. It was a good try.
You know, if that question...
Yes, Charles.
If my life was on the line with that question, I'd be dead.
Well, unfortunately, it's not. You're very much alive. All right, here we go. Number 2. If Mary J. White's dream pet is her famous cat, Hugo J. Treadwell, right, Mary?
Yes.
What is the bearded Lorax's dream pet?
Oh my gosh.
That's right. This is the common Loraxogens. You just got to know it, Charles. I mean, come on, brother. Maybe you didn't get 8 hours of sleep last night.
I know. The Sasquatch?
No, that's incorrect. That's a hell of a guess.
Good guess.
That's a
Really?
great
Good guess.
Yeah. The answer is a dog with a scruffy beard.
Simple.
The bearded Lorax would love to do a half-gram glob of live resin and take a bath together so he can give them both a soapy beard mohawk, also known as a bohawk.
Oh,
A bohawk.
Okay. Charles is taking a sip of his rosé.
Killing me.
There's going to be a weird
Charles.
documentary about that.
Oh, yeah.
The man who bathes with dogs. Yeah, it's
called
not
Zoo.
what I want to be known for.
Okay.
No,
And
thank
number
you.
3, Charles. Here we go. If the most popular cocktail in the world is a margarita, what is the bearded Lorax's favorite drink? Oh. Yeah.
Huh.
I thought you'd
It's
been here since
infused.
1991, Charles.
Infused for sure.
You got to know this, Charles.
Certainly you've seen periodicals and tabloids. And he's looking, searching.
He's digging through his
Favorite
chronicles
cocktail?
right now.
Favorite cocktail of the bearded Lorax. It's not the margarita.
It's not a Negroni. It's not a Chambord.
What is a Chambord?
He's racking his brain, Mary.
Calling a lifeline. Calling a lifeline.
Lifeline. 3 seconds, Charles. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Charles,
bad.
0 for 3. Nice try, Charles. The answer is
all right.
a bong water mojito.
Oh.
The older the water, the better, because just as a mojito's contents are muddled to create a citrusy tang with floating pieces of mint, the bearded Lorax loves having shreds of charred remnants that reminds him of wading in the standing ponds of the woodsy Pacific Northwest and accidentally swallowing a mouthful after a perfectly landed belly flop from a tall piece of cliff-fallen granite. That was a hell of a try, Charles. I'm sorry. We've got some great party gifts for you backstage.
Yeah, Charles.
Oh, wow.
That chong water. I mean, bong water.
It's Chong water.
It reminds me of the chong water out there. Oh my gosh.
Charles, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at, please visit the Stranger website.
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
really active there.
It's thestranger.com.
Stranger.com.
Okay.
Stranger.com. Just go there and just check it out.
By the way, a famous book by Herman Hesse.
The Stranger. Oh, no. Sorry.
Was it Herman Hesse?
Yeah, Camus. Albert Camus.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you,
Stranger.
Yeah. And a film by Orson Welles as well. Sorry.
And a
But,
song by The Cure.
Oh yes, but it's
Or no, that's The Forest, my bad.
The song by the Cure is inspired by Albert Camus.
I
Killing
see.
an Arab. What is it?
That's it. You got it.
Yeah.
My gentleman, right?
Yeah, sorry, no. When you don't ask me about like strange creatures,
Strange creatures. Indeed.
I'm ready to rumble.
Yeah.
But,
And Charles, your personal Instagram?
It's Mudede at Instagram or Mudede at Twitter.
I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time.
No.
You've never corrected me.
Actually, it's correct because it depends on the pronunciation.
Okay. So
You can use that. The only one you can't use is Mudidi.
that's what I say.
What?
Mudidi. So it's Mudede.
Mudede is the American pronunciation.
Mudede.
Thank you, Charles.
No,
Mudede.
I was just being polite. I don't like to correct people. I wasn't raised in a horse farm.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, listen.
And by the way, if everybody wants to, my new film Thin Skin is actually available for streaming on Amazon.com.
Yes.
Cool.
And I promise you, the lead performer is a jazz musician. Is a great jazz musician and a superb a lover of weed.
Oh, nice.
And
Awesome.
his music, if you can, I promise you, take a hit, watch the film,
Yes.
you'll be rewarded. It's a very
Like Louis Armstrong was a big fan of weed. We wrote about him in The Leaf.
That's
And Canthropology, written by Bobby Black.
So-
Thank you so much again.
All right.
We love you, man.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can't wait to get you on for V4.
All right.
Hey, Wes, next week, Home Grow.
My favorite.
Yes.
Yes. Bring it all home to mama, baby.
Download this and all Leaf Life episodes at leafmagazines.com. And please subscribe on YouTube at Leaf Life Podcast V2. Now get ready for another episode of Stony Baloney, which is also available at leafmagazines.com. And please be kind to animals, especially horses.
Your hosts for Leaf Life are Mike Ricker and Wes Abney. Leaf Life is produced by Mike Daly. Some of the music heard is provided by purple-planet.com. Every bit of cannabis you use is female, so please respect the ladies. Leaf Life is brought to you by Leaf Nation, featuring Alaska Leaf, Oregon Leaf, Northwest Leaf, Maryland Leaf, Amsterdam Leaf, and California Leaf. On the shelf now in your local retailer. Now, please stay tuned for this week's edition of Stony Baloney by Mike Ricker.
Stony Baloney by Mike Ricker.
Sometimes you fart. It's unfortunate, I know. No one is proud of this fact. Well, okay, there are some dudes who boast their ass exhales as an exclamation point to their manhood, but for the rest of us without some lingering infancy poop disorder, farts can be embarrassing. Especially when you do it and someone sneaks up without warning. Those moments are excruciating as you both adopt an acting role, pretending as if the smell doesn't exist until the air eventually thins. You can only pray the episode gets forgotten. But it doesn't always. Farts can brand an impression. Even accidental ones can permanently impair someone's glossy image of you, rendering the relationship altered. And if it's an SBD, silent but deadly, the damage can be irreversible. This is a bummer, but real. No one is exempt, and everyone learns to contend with this inconvenience to the best of their ability. Now, fluffing in the comfort of your own space is not a problem. Some view it as being in touch with the inner self, literally. In fact, I'm pretty sure that Sigmund Freud asserted that the smelling of one's own excrement is an animalistic reaction to gauging one's health. So you're not to be blamed for being aware of your windbreakers, but it should be agreed that the means in which you handle the vapors in the public sphere is worthy of consideration. And thank goodness for the cover-up, as lighting a match or incense is a considerate way to show that even though you are admitting you've baked up an air biscuit, you have the class and maturity to bypass the awkwardness with pleasant sense. And by the way, smoking a pungent bowl works too.
Stony Baloney. Some of the wardrobe, including Ricker and Wes's sick lids, is provided by Grassroots California. Check out the dopeness at grassrootscalifornia.com.
These products have intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming.
Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment.
Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products.
For use by adults 21 and older.
Keep out of the reach of children.